Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my live series. For those of you who are new, who are watching this, I'm Julia, and I am the creator of the Fit Femmes Tribe, my free Facebook community. I'm the founder of the Fashionista Online Studio and the Fit Femmes Movement, my podcast, which launched just a few months ago. So I am an online lifestyle and fitness coach, and I help busy career women and entrepreneurs make fitness improve rather than consume their lives, because we're all busy. We have lots of things going on, and being healthy, being well, feeling good, looking good should not consume our lives, should not restrict our lives. We should still be able to enjoy our lives while we're feeling good and while we're up leveling to that next level of being our best selves, not just in fitness, but in all areas of our lives. So I'm so happy to have Sensei Victoria with me here today. We're going to be talking about a couple of things, but before we get into that, let me just tell you guys a little bit more about her. So she is the world's first business Reiki master, and hostess of the 5-star rated Journeypreneur podcast on iTunes. She helps empathetic entrepreneurs and leaders stay grounded and clear as they navigate the emotional roller coaster of business development by using the power of strategic meditation. Love it. So Victoria is also a published author. She's a successful 6-figure energy healer and has toured the world showing heart-centered and growth-minded leaders how to get connected to their natural intuition and truly be visionary so they can work less and increase their impact. I love that. So Victoria, welcome, and tell us a little bit more about you. Tell us about how you got started doing what you do.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you, Julia. What a warm welcome. It's fun to walk down memory lane every time I get to hear the rundown, and to hear it through you and to get to share this work with your sisters in business is such an honor and a pleasure. So thank you for having me here.
Yeah. Yes, you're so welcome.
Yeah. And so what inspired me to get on this path in the first place was actually, I worked myself into the hospital. Yeah. And it was because of something that I like to affectionately call my toxic can-do attitude. Where I tend to put projects and other people's feelings and emotion first, and making sure that everyone else feels safe and good and served, forget about my own self-care. And so, long story short, because I want to make sure I'm honoring time, how I ended up working myself into the hospital was that rather than asking for help opening a window in a beautiful Victorian building, rather than waiting the 7 minutes for another person to help me open that window, rather than calling in the maintenance guy who loves me and would do anything for me, rather than asking for help because I perceived that as weakness and as a burden to other people, I went and I tried to open that pane of window, and wham, it fell on my hands. I was stuck alone, actually, for a good 7 minutes straight, stuck in a window of opportunity that I should have took. And I hate irony. It was awful, and so, but very painful. And so because I didn't ask for help, I literally was just suspended in this window between and their original windows in this Victorian building, 40-pound panes of glass, heavy down to the bone.
Wow.
And that was the day that I learned that there is such a thing as a toxic can-do attitude. And long story short, after that, I found that it was a pattern in my family. I come from a family of leaders and entrepreneurs who work themselves into the hospital. My mother and father both, my brothers both, they've had those experiences of hurting themselves because, well, you don't ask for help because that's a burden. You're the rock. You're the leader. Yeah. How you feel doesn't matter. Instead, getting things done is what matters. And so that, to really compress the story into about a couple seconds, in the first place, really share with other entrepreneurs and leaders that there's a different way, and there's actually a way to make working and serving your community, something that actually is very healing and pleasurable, and it's through strategic meditation. If I would have stopped and tuned in for a moment that day that I worked myself into the hospital, I would have made peace with the fact that I needed help to open that window.
Yeah.
But because I didn't, worked myself in the hospital. So.
But it's great. It's great that you had that level of self-awareness to realize, hey, you know what? This is my wake-up call though, because some people, many people probably would have just been like, okay, this is a really, crappy thing that happened to me. And make no changes, right? Just continue on, keep living their lives the same, keep doing the same things over and over and over again, right? But you had that wow moment, like, okay, I need to step back here and realize what's going on and what should I be doing about this? So tell us what strategic meditation. I mean, we've all heard of the term meditation, and many of us, most people who follow me know that, I'm not perfect at meditation, but it is something that I've started to embrace over the past couple of years. It is a way to tune into my real self, I like to say, like that deep voice, not just like the monkey brain. So tell us what strategic meditation means for you and how you utilize that in your daily life, in your business.
Yeah. So I love that you meditate, and I love how you described it as a relationship to tune into your true self, right? As opposed to the monkey running the show, banging on.
Yeah. That monkey is loud and annoying a lot of times.
Yeah. And right there with you, goddess, like my inner monkey guy, he's like swinging from the chandeliers and having the only reason why I'm into this is because I need it. I affectionately refer to myself as the president of the hair club for men. Not only am I a client, but I'm also the president of the section. And so with that, meditation, I like to define as the exercise of exposing yourself to a state of relaxed focus. Relaxed focus. Exposing yourself to a state of being relaxed and focused for whatever amount of time. Could be 60 seconds, could be 5 seconds of relaxed focus. Exposing yourself to it. And in that state, what I've found is actually the same thing that you just mentioned. When I'm relaxed and focused, my true self has the room to step forward. And so at first, when I was practicing meditation, I would save it at the beginning of the day or maybe right before bed. Or if someone was doing a lunch and learn kind of thing, that's when it would happen. It was something that I perceived as recreational or like a personal spiritual practice or something like that. And like I got like dangly earrings and crystals of and all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking spirituality. Trust, I'm as woo as it gets. And I have a foot firmly planted in being pragmatic, practical, and action oriented. And what I found in my own personal practice was that I was going for coaching, a lot of business coaching and marketing coaching, postgraduate. So like I have continuing my own professional development. And a lot of coaches and teachers and mentors tend to feed from a fire hose.
Yes.
And with love, one of my good friends, Rashid, is a firefighter, and he uses fire hoses. You don't put that to your face. If you need to break down a door, that's what you do. But then no one drinks from a fire hose. So for me personally, I was getting overwhelmed with options of what do I do, where do I start, etc. And I found that if I paused powerfully to meditate first, even if it was just for 5 seconds, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 5 breaths, right? Using my fingers to help anchor me in the number 5. the more that I would pause first before going into the materials, before going into a meeting, before going into a client call or a sales call or anything like that, the more productive and intentional and precise, the more effective I've become, because I did that meditation strategically, not just at the beginning of the day during my morning devotional time and spiritual development, which is fabulous. And I meditate then too. And not just at the end of the night when I'm like doing the like sleep hypnosis for abundance and self-love and all the types of stuff. That's fabulous too. I do that too. And not just during lunchtime, like to do reset in the middle of the day, but actually strategically before I was to go into meetings or to take specific actions. If I were to just pause powerfully and tune in, tap in, turn on to the truth of who I really am, more of the full extent of my awareness, my wisdom, my effectiveness and presence would show up in that. So many times I find we as leaders are tumbling through the day, tumbling from client to client, putting out fires, and we have lost access to so much of our human potential and our wisdom, because rather than we're not tapping into the ability to do it elegantly. We're just like kind of going downstream, like, oh, all right, and now we smashed through that, and let me go crush that, and then smash through and crush, and that's a very smashy, crunchy experience.
Yes.
That's what I would say is meditation.
I love that. I love how you explained that so well. And the fact that using your hand, where's my hand? There's my hand. It just can take 5 seconds before taking some kind of action. And like you said, pausing powerfully. I love that phrase too. Great takeaway that I've gotten. I don't know about you guys watching or listening, but that can seriously, I feel like that could change somebody's life. Like, just remembering to pause for 5 seconds before you take that next action. And it's not just about, sitting, crisscross in your bedroom with candles. That can be meditation too, but you can also meditate throughout the day and be more strategic in all the things that you do in your life, whether it's work, whether it's business, whether it's, being a partner, being a parent. Yeah. I mean, that's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about, because I know that you feel very strongly about the huge benefits of corporate wellness programs, and so do I myself. Actually, I've helped entrepreneurs for keeping them on track with their wellness and their fitness and their healthy eating routines during their launches, which can be really, really hectic times. What do you feel is why do you feel it's so important for organizations and business owners to have some type of corporate wellness program or programs to help themselves and maybe their employees as well?
So this is such a perfect question, given what we were just talking about, because think of it this way. Studies have shown that when a person is able to pause for active rest, such as, let's say, like get up and stretch every few minutes, or they've even documented it down to the best time for productive cycles is 55 minutes of work followed by 17 minutes of active rest. So it's either you're chunking it that way, or throughout the hour, like 10-second active resets, 10-second. And so it can improve productivity by 60%.
Wow.
60%.
Wow.
So here's what, I'm a spiritual person, so not so much numbers. That means I'm visual. So let me give you a visual for a 60% increase in productivity. That's the equivalent of taking your DNA and creating let's take a Victoria and create her right here. I get almost two times the amount of what I'm doing right now. It's as if you had a mini you right there working with you. Can you imagine the impact of that? So
That's huge.
with that, having employee wellness programs in corporate is essential for increasing productivity. I don't like, Simon Sinek says sometimes corporations like to think of their people like a towel of like, how much can I get out of them? Like a wet towel.
Yeah.
But even still, we have to understand that our human capital is not made out of machines, right? Our human resources are not machines. The way that you care for a human being and get them to perform at the highest level is not through continuous hammering and continuous work, but instead it's similar to breathing of inhale, exhale, ebb and flow of work and rest and work and rest, because the more that you vary the information that a person is exposed to, studies have also shown, it keeps the brain active. If you're just focusing on one thing, smashing through the whole day, you actually tire out your brain matter. So when you switch it up of like, okay, looking at a screen and then, okay, I'm going to have the experience of looking at the sky or trees or getting out and change of scenery. It also, studies have shown, increases productivity. So to answer your question, that's the number one reason as to why it's important for companies to provide employee wellness programs. But I work with entrepreneurs in particular. So I am a big proponent of, just because, let's say, J&J or AT&T or Verizon has an employee wellness program and they're a big honking corporation, a multinational corporation, they can afford
Right.
let people have excellent health care and invest in their well-being and in office meditation and all the, or like a app account with whatever, Calm or whatever it is. It's because they're big. That's why they have that over there. I'm a solopreneur. How I feel in my health doesn't matter. I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's who I'm an advocate for. I've spoken at the big corporations and stuff like that. I'm happy to go in if people are looking for presentations, but who I really want to advocate for are the solopreneurs as well as small to medium enterprises, where they think that, well, because we're not that big, we shouldn't really invest in wellness because that's something that people do on their own time. You're missing out on that same increase in productivity, whether you're working with a team or you're a team of one. Wouldn't it be nice if you're a team of one to have twice the amount, 60% extra of you at your disposal? Yeah. So that
is amazing. Yeah. And I think that so many people could get, could really learn from this because, yeah, I mean, both of us know so many solopreneurs who probably are in that situation. And here's the thing. So, whether you were an online business owner before COVID or not, many people had to shift, many people had to pivot and go online last year. And that is the way we're reaching our potential customers and clients, right? It's where we are showing up online. If you are showing up tired, low energy, if you look like you don't sleep very well, if you're not confident with the way you're showing up because you stopped exercising many moons ago, you're not going to show up as your best self. It's not going to put you in a position where you can really make the most impact that you are probably capable of. So yeah, what Victoria's saying, it's like, you have, now, like 60% extra, like that could help you, like literally have a mini you showing up next to you. And it doesn't have to be, and I'm sure Victoria can say the same thing, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to go into debt for this, but it is important. It is going to impact your bottom line if you are investing in your health, because your health really is your wealth. Without it, if you're at the hospital, who's going to be reaching out to clients for you, or who's going to be serving your clients for you? So so important, and especially for a solopreneur, right? Like if you don't have a team who can back you up when you are sick, then you're in trouble. So it's super important.
I mean, you are so right, Julia. You are so right. Like it only compounds the need.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if everyone is like this, but I know for me, my business is 100% of my livelihood. So if I'm in the hospital, there's no income coming other than I set up, like, how do you say, retainer programs or something like that, or online product sales and things like that. So if I, as the main sales driver and the income breadwinner for this business, if I'm out, then the business is threatened seriously. And this is, there's part of my heart that kind of like aches as I say this kind of thing to solopreneurs, because we as a tribe kind of just don't have the level of self-esteem to understand that we matter just because we do. It has to be tied to money, of like, do you understand that your health, because you're going to lose money if you don't take care of it, because who's going to run the business? Like part of my heart, I have to admit, Julia, does kind of ache that we're having this but this is the truth of the situation, that we as solopreneurs, we're oriented to money, and health goes, oh, poof. And so, all right, let's hack that system of, okay, you're oriented to money. Let's retie health to the money and to the sales, to the income of the business, and understand that what's the driver behind you making money, right? That's you. And if you and this body are falling apart, right? Or like you said, Julia, if you are coming on camera and you're looking crusty as all and exhausted, right? From the 24-hour work cycle, working from home, as opposed to like, oh, I work from home, I get to relax. No. Now it's a 24-hour work. And so if that's showing, that'll start to sabotage and push away the abundance, the clients, the expansion that you may be calling in. And it's just a matter of remembering to retie your health, retie your self-care to the business. And I say as a business expense, because it is.
Yes. And I believe you have some ideas as to how to make those business expenses work. So that's important too. Yeah. Great. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share with our viewers or listeners, the people listening on the podcast? I know you have a great meditation gift.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have like hundreds of meditations pre-recorded online. You can find them on YouTube or on my website at naturalintuition.com and that sort of thing. And as you said, like I have a way to help business owners actually invest in their self-care and make it a business expense. And if you're interested to learn more about that, you can reach out to me at naturalintuition.com. We have a contact page if you're interested knowing more about that. We have year-long programs that can really integrate your self-care into your business, into your business development, right? And it's all a wonderful business write-off. So, I mean, I like being massaged as a business write-off. I don't know about you. I like, getting to meditate strategically for business development and getting to write that up. So do my clients. So if that's something that speaks to you, want to know more, just reach out. And the URL for that is victoriawhitfield.com/contact in particular. But I have a free gift though, because talking about strategic meditation, I lead live strategic meditations for entrepreneurs and leaders on Zoom twice a week, year round. And it's wonderful to get to see all of these incredible visionary people opening up their energy and having realizations about their business, write about their branding, etc., just because we meditated together. And I would love for your listeners, your viewers, to get to hop in on one of those for free. So how you take advantage of this, thanks to Julia being awesome, you have the ability to access coming in on one of those strategic meditations. And you go to victoriawhitfield.com/meditate, and you can use coupon code podcast. So as a thank you for tuning in today, Julia has so generously given me the opportunity to share with you, coming in for free to come and try out strategic meditation for yourself with other entrepreneurs and leaders who are already doing it. And again, you go to victoriawhitfield.com/meditate, and you put in coupon code podcast. That will give you 100% discount, so that you can come as our guest. We would love to see you there.
Love it. That sounds wonderful. And I'll share those links in the podcast show notes. I'll add some links in the comments after we're done here as well, so that people can just click and not have to remember anything. So Victoria, thank you so much for sharing some time with us this morning. If anybody has any questions, again, reach out to Victoria. If you have any questions for me, reach out to me. We are so happy to spend some time with you guys, and can't wait to hear, hopefully, from some people who are going to share with us how this has changed their lives. So remember, strategic meditation, all it takes is just 5 seconds. Thank you again, Victoria. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and see you next time.